All right, folks, so once the king in the world with the biggest cranes in Toronto, the king of condos. Well, it lost its purpose in 2026, and I'll get into that. It's not only that the condo market completely crashed, but what happens next? That's the bigger question. Because the core value and the initial, I would say, aim or the goal, it's not there anymore. It's lost its purpose. So now we're sitting with overbuild condos. We're sitting with buyers that back in the day, were extremely happy, now holding the bag. But is it even worth saving? That's one question. And the second question is, who saves it? I mean, when people, when I talk to people, and randomly, right? Like, intelligent people and people in positions that know what they're talking about. And when they tell me, well, they will save it. They will save it. So I'm assuming banks or whoever is in charge, I don't know who that is, but they will save it. How will they save it? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the catch there? Like, will the bank wake up in 2026 and say, okay, no mortgage for these pre-con buyers? That's not going to happen. Will they just hand over the keys and say, don't worry about it. You bought it years ago. We're cool. Just here are the keys. Not going to happen, right? Like, who is going to find these investors and buyers, right? Because the towers kept getting taller and the units kept getting smaller, right? So now we're at this point in 2026 that people don't care. Like, most buyers today, even if they had cash, right? Like, there's two challenges. One is the uncertainty, right? Nothing new, but it's uncertainty. Like, think about it. I'm not going to buy something knowing that it's going to be cheaper, right? And there's so many articles out there, so many brokerages, so many angles, so many newspapers, blogs, and everything else stating that 2026 is going to be more challenging than 2025, right? So we didn't leave stuff in 2025 and forgot about it, right? Like, we knew, like us here on the channel, like, I was alarming this in 2024. And then through 2025, and now we're in 2026, right? But the whole point is, how will they save it? Or is it even worth saving? And who is going to buy? Because the buyer today, as mentioned, is not hot for some small, high up in the air with high maintenance fees, high taxes, 0 square footage. The layouts are not the greatest. There's a whole list, and they will pay premium for it. For what? Like they don't want to do it. Like, that's the problem. And then moving the needle even more forward makes you kind of question, because okay, if 2026 will not bounce back, right? Like, how will 2027 look like? And it's like, look, I think 2027 is going to be as challenging as 2026. And who knows, right? Like, everything keeps changing literally on a weekly basis. But going back to the saving, like I personally feel that, the buyers, investors, speculators are holding the bag. No question about that. Which literally creates another slide, right? Another price slide, another challenging time, because it's just a given. Like, if people cannot handle what they already have, right? And then there's more coming, right? The highest transfer of pre-con condos, 2026 and 2027, right? So biggest mortgage renewal, 2026 and 2027. Yes, we had a fair amount in 2025 as well. But this is now the bottleneck. 2026 is the bottleneck. So how do people figure it out? Like, I'm just trying to be fair, not optimistic, not negative, but like, what's the solution? Like, does somebody go in the bank and say, look, I cannot do it, and like, you figure it out, and they'll sit down with that particular person and they'll figure it out with them? Like, I don't know how it works, but I don't think that that is the way they will kind of figure it out, because all along we know and we see that the actual bank-owned properties skyrocketed on MLS, right? And now they even stated in the description of the actual listing, right? Like, if it's bank-owned, foreclosure, bankruptcies, etc., right? So, like, that's added stress, which brings obviously added fear to the people that might have been even ready, right? So, now, like, we're back to square one, where cash is king and cash is worthless, right? So, like, it has really no value, and our Canadian currency, it's not the best rated in the world as of now. So, like, you're scratching your head. You cannot hold of what you have. You cannot lease it or rent it, so you have that cushion or that waiting plan game that most people are hoping for, which is not going to happen. And to bring another point is, people are hoping for prices to increase. I get it. Like, let's hope. Let's all hope together. Got it. But how much do they want it to increase? And guess what? On average, people need between 25 to 30% of an increase in order to see gains. Are you kidding me? That's not hoping. That's imagining. That's like a sci-fi movie or something like that. It cannot happen in such a short period of time, like 2020, 1 year, or 2027. Not gonna happen, right? So I have no idea how this will kind of unfold. But if you have an idea, please comment below and share maybe your experience. Like, if you have some personal experiences or maybe you know somebody, so we might be able to maybe help somebody out on the channel, and if they're reading the comments. So thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.